This is the OC Media Network, and this is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley. Brought to you by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting. And by WLNS TV6. Here for you for over 71 years. Now, with the details that make the headlines in a mild sports Friday, here's Steve the Baxman Baxley. Thank you, Frank. Good evening, everybody. Again, Franklin Pangborn, our radio guy, doing double time, sitting in for the one and only Mr. What's his name? Harry Von Stuttgart. That's right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the ever plausible reason we're all here. This is Sports Final. Tonight, it is a Friday night where everything is going right. Except, well, won't bore you with that detail, but anyway, let's do some talking, do some yakking, kids. And let's get to it. We got some good sports. Cancellez-vous? Some sports? Let's do it.
In that nothing has changed.
All right. We are here. So, if you're ready, we are. So let's get to it. Boot. Here we go, kids, and yes, friends. We got some NFL news for you as the saga of the Houston Texans continues as they continue with their roster purge. On Friday, the team let loose Duke Johnson, the running back whom they acquired from the Cleveland Browns prior to the 2019 season in exchange for a third-round draft pick. Former head coach and de facto general manager Bill O'Brien made that deal for Johnson following an injury to incumbent starter Lamar Miller, but eventually decided to hand the starting reins to late August trade acquisition Carlos Hyde. Johnson thus was relegated to a similarly sized backup role to the one he played in Cleveland, and he was again effective on a per-touch basis and at creating missed tackles and big plays in the passing game. The Texans then let Hyde leave in free agency only to acquire David Johnson in the disastrous DeAndre Hopkins trade. Johnson was the lead back ahead of Duke for most of the 2020 season, though Duke did fill in during the games that David missed due to injuries. The 2020 campaign was Duke's least effective as a pro, with his yards per touch average dropping from 6.5 during the first 5 years of his career to just 4.6 last season. Now, speaking of David, however, Aaron Wilson of the Houston Chronicle reports that the Texans would like to retain him for next season. He is under contract through 2021, but Wilson notes that the team would like to bring down his $8.512 million cap hit. If Houston were to release David in a similar fashion to Duke, they'd clear around $6.7 million off the cap. Meanwhile, Duke's release saves the Texans around $5 million on the salary cap in 2021 and sends him into the free agent market at 27 years young. Still a strong pass catcher and elusive in the open field, Johnson should draw interest from teams in need of a versatile player who can contribute in the passing game. Among others, the Steelers, Titans, Buccaneers, and Seahawks seem like potential fits. You imagine if he goes to the Buccaneers?
The Supreme Court
weirdly
denied his final bid
to the release of
his tax returns.
Here we go, kids. some more headlines. Alrighty. Tiger Woods underwent additional. Excuse me. Anyway, Tiger Woods. As we continue onwards, thank you. Tiger Woods underwent additional follow-up procedures Friday for injuries he sustained in a single car accident in Los Angeles on Tuesday. The procedures were done at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where he was transferred Wednesday night. Woods initially stayed at Harbor UCLA Medical Center for 3 days following the crash, had a rod placed in his tibia and screws and pins inserted in his foot and ankle during emergency surgery. In a statement posted to Twitter on Friday, Woods' account announced the initial surgeries. Tiger has moved to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, received follow-up procedures on his injuries this morning. The procedures were successful, and he is now recovering and in good spirits. Tiger and his family want to thank you for all the wonderful support and messages they have received over the past few days. We will not have any further updates at this time. Thank you for your continued privacy. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department indicated on Tuesday that Woods would have been transported to a facility other than Harbor UCLA, a Tier 1 trauma center. Had his injuries been life-threatening, instead he landed at Harbor UCLA for surgery on numerous substantial injuries in his lower right leg. The incident ruled purely accidental following an investigation by the LACSD. Officials also indicate that Tiger's life was saved because he was wearing a seatbelt and driving a 2021 Genesis SUV. The vehicle ended up hundreds of feet from a median, which he crossed down at the bottom of a sloping galley off the side of the road, according to the LACSD. Woods was alert and conscious at the scene of the crash, despite a crushed front portion of his SUV, before he was transported to Harbor UCLA. Now, Dr. Michael Zuri, specialist in sports injuries, told our friends at CBS Sports it was likely that Woods would need additional surgeries in the near and distant future as his right leg continues to heal from extensive injuries that require screws, rods, and fasciotomy to relieve pressure due to swelling. It is still unknown how long Woods would be at Cedars-Sinai, but it will likely be a while as doctors try and put the lower half of his body back together. This could include skin grafts on his severely injured right leg. Keeping the injuries and surgical wounds from infection will be paramount in the very near future, and the return to his home in Florida does not seem to be imminent. Woods, who will not be charged by the LACSD, was in LA to host the Genesis Invitational, which is supported by his foundation. And after the tournament, he was participating in a series of promotional video shoots with celebrities. And there you go. All right. Thank you. All right. In college football. Here we go. In college football, with National Signing Day in the rearview mirror, the 2021 recruiting cycle is nearing a close, so it's now time to look ahead to 2022. The early signing period is still a good 10 months away, but five-star quarterback Ty Simpson, one of the top recruits in the country, has made an early splash with his commitment to Alabama. Simpson made his announcement live on the very well-watched CBS Sports HQ. Though Simpson was previously said to be leaning toward Clemson, 24/7 Sports Director of Recruiting Steve Wilfong noted that Alabama coach Nick Saban was making a strong late push to land the blue-chip prospect. Speaking on, of course, CBS Sports HQ, Simpson acknowledged that playing for Saban helped steer his decision, which he made the previous night. Simpson drew comparisons to former Green Bay Packers great Brett Favre, with his ability to improvise, according to Wilfong, Simpson's commitment will get those 2022 classes off and running. Hailing from Westview High School in Martin, Tennessee, Simpson is listed as one of the best signal callers in the class. 4-7 Sports Composite Rankings lists him as number 3 pro style quarterback and number 2 player in the state, as well as the number 27 player nationally. The 6'2", 185-pound quarterback also has an impressive list of offers, including Clemson, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. So, there you go. And right now, let's shoot a route to the NBA, get you some NBA scores.
Thank you, Johnson & Johnson, for being able to make an effective vaccine, but not realizing
And here we go.
your name is the Johnsons.
Okay.
Johnson & Johnson & Johnson & Johnson.
Got a couple of games still underway, still going on at the West Coast. Portland Trail Blazers beat the Los Angeles Lakers 65-64. The Charlotte Hornets lost to the Golden State Warriors 94-80. Or not lost, they lead. The Golden State Warriors lead the Hornets 94-80. Lakers losing to the Trailblazers by 1. They're still in the third. They got one more period to go, or quarter. Okay, some true final scores. Boston Celtics 118. Indiana Pacers 112. Toronto Raptors 122. Rockets 111. Sacramento Kings 110. Pistons 107. Miami Heat 124. Jazz won the Utah Jazz 116. Oklahoma City Thunder 118-109 winner over the Atlanta Hawks. LA Clippers 119-99 winner over the Grizzlies. And the Phoenix Suns rose up against the Bulls 106-97. And that is the NBA scoreboard. Hey, how about some college? Okay, we got some college for you. Let's get to the men's sport. Then we'll go to the ladies and then get to hockey, do some more headlines, see if there's some media bites, media nibbles, and then wrap things up with shout-outs, scores, and more. So if we're ready, let's go to it. Excuse me. All right. Got a lot of games on tonight's little boarded scourge. So let's get you to the two games still going on. We're nearing the half. It's UC Santa Barbara over UC Riverside, 29-23. Fresno State, a 40-27 lead over UNLV. Number 21, Loyola of Chicago, a 60-52 winner over Southern Illinois. North Florida, 79-74 winner over Stetson. Bryant, a 63-60 winner over LIU. Central Connecticut State, 83-77 winner over Wagner. Cincinnati, a 91-71 winner over Tulane. Drexel, an 84-78 winner over James Madison. Merrimack, a 75-67 winner over St. Francis of Brooklyn. St. Peter, 66-52 over Rider. UC Davis, 69. Bing the bell. Thank you. Cal Poly, 61. Siena, 74-69 over Manhattan. Texas State, 58-49 over ULM. Omaha, an 80-76 winner over Denver. Kennesaw State over FCCU, 80-63. Appalachian State in 2 overtimes beat Georgia Southern, 84-78. St. Bonaventure, an 88-41 winner over George Washington. Bowling Green, an 83-71 winner over Akron. Drake, an 80-71 winner over Bradley. Missouri State, a 90-81 winner over Evansville. Idaho over Montana State, 74-69. North Texas 77-65 winner over Marshall. Southern Utah 92-62 winner over Northern Arizona. Old Dominion 67-61 over Middle Tennessee. Purdue was 73-52 winner over Penn State. Sacred Heart a 70-64 winner over Farley Dickinson. St. Louis over Richmond 72-67. Coastal Carolina 75-59 winner over Troy. UC Irvine an 80-55 winner over UC San Diego. UT Arlington a 73-71 winner over Arkansas State. UAB over University of Alabama Birmingham, a 64-57 winner over the University of Texas San Antonio. Indiana State a 58-43 winner over Valparaiso. Louisiana 66-61 winner over Little Rock. Louisiana Tech 101-57 winner over Rice. Florida Atlantic 69-60 winner over Southern Miss. New Mexico State a 78-51 winner over Tarleton State. Utah Valley over University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 78-74. South Dakota State over Kansas State 67-48. UNI over Illinois State 70-56. Seattle University a 63-57 win over Grand Canyon. Georgia State over South Alabama 84-81. Utah State a 75-72 winner over Nevada. CSU Bakersfield over CSUN 84-58. Fairfield, Monmouth, and Manhattan Canisius both were postponed. That's the men. How about the women? Ooh, how about the females? How about those females? Let's find out about those females. Let's go to the women's side of college basketball. The madness that it is. Yes, friends. Let's go to the ladies. Wow. All right, let's get on with our good selves here, sirs and madams. And let's go to the ladies. And here we go. There we go. Hey.
Do something like sometimes my brother being the older one, he'd have to get things that were just.
And here we go. St. Peter over Siena 66-50. Oh, excuse me. Let's do this again. 10th ranked UCLA over Southern California 93-51. 22nd ranked South Dakota State 73-53 winner over Kansas City. St. Peter 66-58 winner over Siena. Charlotte 62-53 winner over UTEP. Denver an 84-62 winner over Omaha. Rice 73-50 winner over Louisiana Tech. Gardner-Webb 76-56 winner over UNC Asheville. San Diego State a 74-72 winner over Boise State. Rhode Island 70-56 winner over Richmond. St. Louis 57-45 winner over Davidson. Florida Atlantic over Southern Miss 78-63. Quinnipiac 71-57 winner over Niagara. Campbell 53-50 winner over Radford. Appalachian State a 77-66 winner over Georgia Southern. Troy an 87-82 winner over. So everybody let's 97-82 winner over Coastal Carolina. Georgia State a 60-45 winner over Southern Alabama. Longwood over High Point 85-69. Duquesne over LaSalle 74-70. UC Davis over Cal Poly 6-3-47. St. Joseph over St. Bonaventure 6-6-73. UT Arlington over Arkansas State 60-40. UNCW 68-66 winner over College of Charleston, made in Carolina. Western Kentucky a 66-56 winner over Florida International. Hawaii a 77-75 winner over Long Beach State. Louisiana over Little Rock 63-52. Old Dominion over Middle Tennessee 74-57. Texas State over ULM 85-62. Utah Valley over University of Texas Rio Grande Valley 62-54. UNC Greensboro 54-42 winner over Western Carolina. VCU over Massachusetts 72-69. North Texas a 52-51 winner over Marshall. Grand Canyon a 90-43 winner over Seattle University. UC San Diego over UC Irvine 66-63. UC Santa Barbara over UC Tampa Riverside 68-52. A lot of games postponed on the women's side. Canisius, Monmouth, USC Upstate, Charleston, Southern, Presbyterian, and Hampton, Monmouth, Iona, Campbell and Hampton, UTSA and UAB, and Dayton and Fordham were all on the endangered list. Okay, and before we go anywhere, it's time for us to do a couple of commercial plugs. So here we go with a couple of commercial plugs for you. Okay. Let's give you some commercial plugs. Of course. Of course. Yes, of course. We got to ladies and gentlemen, Rekieta Law. That's who we're talking about. And their big old broadcast tonight being Friday. Got something planned for tonight's event, maybe. We don't know. But, well, I don't think he's got a feed tonight because he spent today covering the CPAC folks. We are not kidding. He's done it all. Lost Believing the Interwebs tonight with Nick Rekieta. I do believe they are not streaming tonight because it's somewhat of a celebration. We want to congratulate Nick Rekieta for getting a nice little nice bit of recognition for having 159,000 subscribers. He got a little YouTube award. So we say, in all sordid honesty, that congratulations, Nick, from all of us here at the L2C Media Network. Of course, he's got his own little network, which is called Rekieta Law Channel. And you can catch him Monday. You can catch him with some good stuff as usual on the Rekieta Law Channel here on YouTube. It's Lost Believing the Interwebs with the humble and now YouTube award-winning Nick Rekieta. So midnight Eastern time is when he starts, and he's pretty good for. He's pretty good. He's a humble lawyer, but he's pretty damn good. Yes. And wow, I tell you, okay.
It makes sense in my brain that quick.
Wow, everything got. It was day one of CPAC tonight, so there is no stream tonight. He's gonna celebrate a big award thanks to YouTube, and with that, we say congratulations, Nick. And I think he's on Sunday. I'm not so certain. But while we're here, I want to give you just a little taste of what's going on in the land down under. Right now, believe it or not, they're playing football, women's football. And right now we're at, after the first quarter, it is Southern Districts 4-5-29, Nightcliff 6-2-38. And you can hear some of it. It's the elimination final for the 2020-2021 NTFL Women's preliminary final for the Northern Territories of the Northern Territories division of the big old Australian Football League. Drink.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the break.
Okay, so do we have a chance to air a little bit of play-by-play from the nice, kind, and considerably entertaining folk of the AFL broadcast? Maybe, maybe not. We have no idea, but... Oh, sorry. Okay, oops, sorry again. There you go. I have to keep the TV on for the parent. Also the boss. Anyway, right now we're just waiting for some action to begin at the Aussie Football League. And we are taking a look at a sort of a delayed broadcast tonight. Not exactly live, but somewhat of a delayed broadcast, if you will. Let's check another little bit of foreign matter. This is the NPL, the National Premier League. Okay, we'll get back to AFL action in just a moment. Can we give a little bit of love to the second half starts in 13 minutes, 44 seconds. Let's see, we got some action around here somewhere.
In the first half,
okay, let's give you some action.
Well, made it 3-0 to, as we have mentioned, technically the defending champions here.
I kind of like this.
NPL Victoria, winners of the 2019 Grand Final and the 2020 season.
We'll get back to that action, as they say, momentarily. We want to get you some action from the Australian Football League. This is the... Okay, it's 29-38 right now. We're going to, well, I have a feeling hopefully we got some commentary. We should. In fact, I think we do. Hopefully,
welcome back to TAO
let's
Stadium
go to
for this elimination final between Southern Districts and Nightcliff. We've got a great game on our hands and a big last quarter coming up. It's Nightcliff 6-2-38, leading Southern Districts 4-5-29. Heidi, anything could happen here.
Really good, entertaining game. It's been one of the highlights really for the season to watch this sort of final really unfold. And you're right, anything could happen. I think Nightcliff would be the better team. That doesn't mean that Southern Districts can't snavel it back at the end.
And of course, Districts, the reigning premiers, looking to defend their crown still. And they get the break here through Mulvale, straight down the centre of the ground. The first forward entry, Brock taps it out, but Nightcliff working back, and eventually Turnbull gets a kick out. But that mark is chopped off by Jeffrey at centre half forward for Southern Districts, and she'll drive it straight back in again. That's not her best kick, but still got a teammate in the contest there, but gives away the free kick. And that was Jade Archer, just a bit over enthusiastic there, gave away the free kick. Nightcliff the opportunity to come out of defence. Viewings with that kick out to the grandstand side. Brock tried to kick it off the ground, but had an air shock. Eventually, the ball's wrapped up, and we'll have a restart at half forward for Southern Districts.
One of the strengths of Nightcliff's game today, I think, Heidi, they've always got that player out the back for the ball to come
They're
out.
method around the contest, being very disciplined. They haven't all ball watched and been sucked into the contest. They've always got that player out the back.
That's Ismailis with the quick kick out, but it's going to come straight back in again. And that was Elizabeth Taylor, but the kick's chopped off again at half.
Then you go on the other side, you've got Andy Mollier there. They're going to go back to density. Probably not the right option there.
Morrison there couldn't control the ball, and eventually the kick comes forward. Oh, nicely done. Nightcliff again, worked the ball up the wing towards their forward
Okay,
line.
just a little bit of the
Defensive work
elimination
by
final
Lee
between
Feeney.
the Southern District and Nightcliff.
Advanced about 15 metres.
And
then knocked
thank you,
over
AFL,
and
for
throw in.
letting us
Three-quarter
pull
time, I saw
jump
Tony
with
Elliott
you
very animated with his
at
troops. I think he knows there's a lot on the
the
line.
moment of joy, fun, and excitement. Okay, we're 6 minutes past the hour of 1 bell. 6 minutes. 6 minutes after midnight. Welcome to a Saturday here in the east. While on the west, it is the still evening in the west. So what more can one say except wow?
I love her. I follow her, and I just think she's so fun. I figured we just watched a little clip.
I think the two centre backs, Webster and Carrigan for the Greens, they looked awfully comfortable. They weren't really
Anyway.
challenged. As much as Zijai did have an early opportunity, he didn't demand a lot of physical attention, really, I think. Someone who requires a bit more notice defending.
There we go. All right, we're back in it. We're back on it. We're back over it. Okay. Anyway, we got more action still approaching. Glad you liked that a little bit. We're going to try to get you more of it. Okay, we are still on the air. Yay. Imagine that.
We gotta make a record to that. We just think, I'm like, that's
Okay, let's get back to the business at hand, which is okay. Here we go. Let's go from the NBA to the let's get you a little bit of the NHL difference, and then we'll do some media bites if we got any, and more headlines, shout outs, and a couple of updates. So let's get going. We got some NHL scores. A light day hockey-wise for the NHL. Let's give it to you. Straight up, 3 games, the rest postponed. But New York Rangers beat the Boston Bruins 6-2. Strome for Rangers, 1 goal, 2 assists. Fox for Rangers, 2 assists. Lindgren for Rangers, 2 assists. Minnesota Wild beat up on the LA Kings 3-1. Talbot for Minnesota, 27 saves. Kaprizov for Minnesota, 1 goal. And Broden for Minnesota, 1 assist. And the Colorado Avalanche beat the Arizona Coyotes 3-2. Kadri for Colorado, 1 goal, 2 assists. Rantanen, Colorado, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Kessel for Arizona, 1 goal, 1 assist. Flyers, Sabres, Knights, and Ducks were postponed. All together now. All together now. All together now. All right, let's give you some of the college hockey scoreboard.
How great is it that we get to tell everybody how Liberty
And this is going to be fine, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, let's give you the scores of scores. And here we go. 26th of February. In the Atlantic Hockey Division, it was Canisius over Niagara 5-1. The Big Ten, Notre Dame over Michigan State 2-0. Fifth-ranked Wisconsin over Ohio State in overtime 2-1. In the ECAC, number 12-ranked Quinnipiac, a 4-2 winner over St. Lawrence. 15th-ranked Clarkson, a 3-2 winner over Colgate. Keep smiling. Hockey East, Merrimack over the 8th-ranked Boston University 5-2. Maine over Connecticut 6-4. University of Massachusetts Lowell 3-1 winners over Vermont. 9th-ranked Massachusetts and number 1-ranked Boston College were tied at 2. Final score in overtime. NCHC, Western Michigan over Miami 5-2. Number 2-ranked North Dakota beat up on 11th-ranked Omaha 4-2. Non-conference action, Army over LIU 5-0. And number 7-ranked Michigan over Arizona State 4-1. And the WCHA was 20th-ranked Michigan Tech over Northern Michigan, well over Northern Michigan 6-1. And 18th-ranked Lake Superior over Ferris State 4-2. In the AHL, we should do this on a weeknight basis with all the fun. So as we look and let's get you scores for the American Hockey League. And tummy's a little hurt. So here we go. Do we have any games tonight to talk about in the American Hockey League, the AHL? And yeah, we do. Stockton Heat just beat up the Toronto Marlies 8-1. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms by a score of 4-2. Hershey Bears beat the Binghamton Devils 6-3. Grand Rapids Griffins beat the Chicago Wolves 4-1. Utica Comets over the Rochester Americans 7-2. Laval Rocket over the Manitoba Moose 4-3. And the Iowa Wild over the Texas Stars 5-3. Henderson Silver Knights over San Diego Gulls 3-2. And in overtime, Tucson Roadrunners beat the Colorado Eagles 4-3. And there you go with the AHL. Now, how about one league that we haven't heard from most of this season? That is, of course, the Ontario Hockey League. Let's see what they got in the old scoreboard, if anything. Or have they decided? Okay, so apparently no games in February, and it doesn't look like there are many games in March, but we'll just see what happens. So that is your hockey update, folks. Hoy. All right. AwfulAnnouncing.com. Let's see what we've got on Media Bites tonight. And wow. Ho, ho, ho. This is not exactly good news when you read it, but it's had to happen. So here we go. Canada's Rogers Sports and Media owns Major League Baseball's Toronto Blue Jays and the TV cable sports channel Sportsnet and radio Sportsnet, the Fan 590 in Toronto, but plus many of the stations in the Blue Jays radio network across Canada that carry their games. That's now led to the Jays being the only Major League Baseball team to not have a distinct radio broadcast. That can be confirmed via the list of current broadcasters for each team. Rogers announced Friday that they're streamlining their Jays broadcast for 2021, otherwise known as killing the radio feed, and replacing it with a simulcast of their TV feed. And amazingly enough, they're trying to blame the pandemic for this. Citing travel and production issues, the following announcement will explain it all. Quote, in an effort to minimize travel and closely adhere to team, league, and government protocols related to the pandemic, Sportsnet will be streamlining production for the 2021 season by simulcasting TV broadcasts on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and across the Sportsnet radio network. Blue Jay fans can now enjoy the legendary voice of Buck Martinez, Dan Schulman, and Pat Tabler on both TV and radio. Ben Wagner remains part of the Blue Jays on Sportsnet broadcast team, joining Jamie Campbell, Joe Siddall, Hazel May, and Arash Madani, covering all the bases throughout the season. Now, travel during the pandemic doesn't really seem to be a question here with any relevance to the radio broadcast. It would be in a normal world, but 2021 definitely not normal, including for the Blue Jays, who plan to split their home games amongst Dunedin, Florida to start, Buffalo, where they played last year, and perhaps Toronto, if the governmental regulations allow that later in the year. But that's not something affecting the broadcast. Last year saw local radio and TV broadcasters across Major League Baseball markets working from home facilities for away games. And specific to the Jays, even their home games in Buffalo last year were called from the Toronto studios by Wagner and Mike Wilner, who Rogers let go in November. And as per that little story that we read to you, the remaining Jays TV feed and its radio simulcast will have again Dan Schulman and Buck Martinez calling the games off monitors in Toronto, with Pat Tabler contributing from his home in Ohio, similar to what they did last year. So it seems silly to say that they're not having a separate radio feed, quote unquote, in an effort to minimize travel. The real logic here seems to be about saving money. And if that is the actual reason for the move, even if this release only mentions 2021, it definitely seems unlikely that a real separate radio feed will return in 2022. Now, beyond the unsupported comments from Rogers about making this move over travel and pandemic restrictions, it's a very poor idea in general. There are huge differences between TV and radio play-by-play. The visual element involved in TV means that broadcasters don't have to be as descriptive of everything the way they are on radio. Using the same feed for both mediums seems likely to produce an inferior product for both. And there are a lot of people who love baseball on the radio rather than the TV version. That's not going to be the same with a TV simulcast. While there are always some people happy to chirp that radio is dead, that really isn't the case for live sports games and Major League Baseball in particular. In fact, the biggest previous move in this direction was a much less significant one, with the Oakland A's announcing ahead of the 2020 season that their radio broadcasts will only be available digitally in their home market, thanks to issues finding a terrestrial affiliate. But that was still an independent radio feed with the expected team of radio broadcasters. All that changed with the distribution platform. All that changed was a distribution platform that still lurked a lot of people, and the A's eventually changed course 6 games into the season and signed a terrestrial deal. Going away from a separate radio feed altogether and just repurposing the TV feed seems much bigger and much more likely to create strong backlash. Wow. So here's some of the backlash. Hunter Baumgart said 1,000% agree with Kevin Kugler. Here, radio and TV play-by-play is so different. Simply, radio and TV are completely different mediums, as MLB teams should not do a simulcast. Feel bad for Blue Jay fans. Yeah, I agree. Nathan Sager, well, your parent company that had a fourth quarter profit of $449 million cheaped out on having a distinct radio broadcast. Not okay, Blue Jays. Jonah tweeted, honest, many night games I've sat in my car listening to Blue Jay games on the radio to catch a few more innings instead of watching on TV. There's something about the sounds of the game on radio that just makes it such an incredible medium. This to me is a huge loss. Rich Robinson said it best. A Major League Baseball team without a dedicated radio commentary team, your Toronto Blue Jays. How about Steve Clark? As a play-by-play guy by trade, I fundamentally cannot support a simulcast of the TV call on radio for any sport, least of all baseball. I've called radio and TV. It's a way different call. I feel bad for the Blue Jays radio voice, Ben Wagner, who will be switching roles. How about this from Rob Longley? Radio silence, major shakeup at Sportsnet for Blue Jays coverage this year, with radio broadcast being the simulcast of the TV. So Buck and Dan on there on all platforms. Just looking around, said terrible. Raptor simulcasts were bad. That's why they stopped them. I don't want constant talking on the TV, and silence on the radio is bad. I can't see this being anything but terrible for Blue Jay fans. And on from there. So there you go. And it continues. So right now, let's.
I want to talk about your new podcast.
Hey.
This is Paris. What made you want to do a podcast?
I just started listening to them a lot during quarantine, and then
before we continue on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you an update on Wart the Wizard. Mandy Summers, Wart the Wizard, the Portal of Echoes. And here we go. Let's see how much the Wizard has magically put. $4,915, 67 backers, 10 days left. Might want to extend it. Also, we have Wyatt Holiday. His opus, which is of course Eternal Armor. Let's go to Eternal Armor and see how Wyatt has done thus far into day one, now night one of his this of course his opus Eternal Armor. And folks, here we go with the fun. $2,075. That's right, $2,075. 38 backers. An entire 30 days remaining on this campaign, but $2,075. Very good. Wyatt Holiday, congratulations from all of us here at the L2C Media Network.
Sorry, bud.
Okay. Let's give you some soccer and a bunch of other stuff.
You know, like the sign says.
All right. Back to work.
So here we go. 1-2, 1-2. It's time for some football scores. Football, of course, being soccer. Let's give you some soccer scores right now as we just slightly link in. Okay, in championship football or soccer, Derby County and Nottingham Forest tied at 1. Scottish Championship, Inverness and the Heart of Midlothian tied at 1. Irish Premiership, Linfield over Larne 2-1. Spanish La Liga, Levante and Athletic Bilbao tied at 1. German Bundesliga, Werder Bremen 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. French League 1, Nice over Rennes 2-1. Australian A-League action, Perth Glory over the Brisbane Roar 3-1. Belgian First Division A, Sporting Genk over Charleroi 2-1. On the streets of Brazil, Cities A, Atlético Paranaense 2-0 winner over Sport. Atletico Golenis 3-1 winner over Cortiba. Atletico Mineiro over Palmeiras 2-0. Bahia over Santos 2-0. Sierra 2-1 over Botafogo. Fluminense over Fortaleza 2-0. Internacional and Corinthians tied at 0. Red Bull over Grêmio 1-0. Sao Paulo over Flamengo 2-1. Vasco da Gama 3-2 winner over Golas. Danish Superliga, Vitae and Horsens tied at 0. Dutch League action, Swol over Heerenveen 4-1. Portuguese Premier League, Vitória Guimarães over Boa Vista 2-1. Russian Premier League, Rotor Volgograd over Tambov 3-1. And the Turkish Super League, Malatyaspor and Gençlerbirliği tied at 1. Konyaspor and Gaziantep tied at 0. Besiktas a 3-0 winner over Denizspor. Okay, we want to fast say how you doing to Facebook, Gab Social, to Twitter, Instagram, Minds, of course, TikTok as well. So there you go. Is there any more awful announcing media bites? Well, here we go. NFL has made a little decision, and the decision is this: a new round of NFL TV deals. The NFL and its TV partners have not officially announced their new TV deals yet, but according to the Sports Business Journal, the deals are locked and loaded. Overall, no changes for ESPN, CBS, Fox, and NBC. They're retaining their existing packages. The NFL is getting their desired rate increases from CBS, Fox, and NBC, who will each reportedly pay around $2 billion per year for their package. ESPN will continue to pay more than the other networks, an estimated value between $2.4 and $2.6 billion. But the increase of somewhere in the realm of 20 to 30 is lower than the near 100% increases the other networks are dishing out. The length of all the deals is still unknown. Additionally, to what extent is currently unknown, Monday Night Football games will be back on ABC in a simulcast with ESPN's new deal. And ABC is also gained in on the Super Bowl rotation with the other three networks. The earliest they could air this game is 2024, with NBC airing Super Bowl 56 next year and Fox getting Super Bowl 57. ABC's last Super Bowl came 15 years ago when Al Michaels and John Madden called Super Bowl XL. Then there's what we call the bicycle NFL packages, Thursday Night Football. None of the broadcast networks wanted it. Thus, none of them will be getting the package. It's totally going to Amazon and the NFL Network for an unknown amount of money. And the only one, and who wants to bet the quality of games gets even worse now? The only one uncertain element is the future of NFL Sunday Ticket. Many suitors have been rumored, from existing rights holder DirecTV to ESPN Plus to Paramount Plus to Peacock to Amazon to even DAZN. DirecTV's deal with the NFL ends after the 2022 season, so there's no urgency to get something done quite yet. But hey, this was a shock that it wasn't part of the bonanza of rights agreements. So, wahoo. Let me, if I can, get to a drink here. It's good lemonade. Okay. Blue Wire CEO Kevin Jones talks Win Las Vegas studio WinBet partnership to allow them to get some national talent. Wow. Hulu is developing a Mike Tyson limited series, but he's not happy about it. And AT&T has sold 30% of DirecTV to TPG and will make DirecTV a standalone company that includes Uverse and AT&T TV. And in a huge boost for NFL Network's coverage, ESPN is reportedly tabbing Mike Greenberg as new NFL draft host, along with the weirdly coiffured Mel Kiper Jr. Boy, it's just me, or is it getting a little dicey in here? Okay, we have got to say a quick good night to you, folks. I want to thank you all for watching and for hopefully being entertained by us. We'll talk to you folks tomorrow. Have a great evening on the West Coast, morning on the East Coast. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night at 11:35. Same time, same place. Steve the Baxman Baxley saying this has been a presentation of the L2C Media Network. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.